When I was a child, of course, I've told you before, I grew up in rural Kentucky, went to a small little church there, and there were other churches nearby in other communities of the same faith that we were. And we'd often visit these other churches, especially during the summer, during vacation Bible school. And we'd go to a lot of the different vacation Bible schools, the different little community churches around. And there was a young boy who was a little younger than me. And every time I'd see him at one of these vacation Bible schools, he just had a real bad habit of taking his Bible and just whacking people in the head with it. And he just seemed to enjoy that. And one time I kind of stepped up, and I don't remember exactly what I did, but I didn't like it. And I did something. And he turned around and pointed his finger at me and said, "You're going to hell." I know he was just a child, but there's something about those words being spoke to me caused me to think about this thing. And I determined right then and there that I did not want to have anything to do with this place called hell. I said, no, I don't want to be anywhere near or in the vicinity because I've read about it in the Bible. And then I read the book, and you've probably read the book 23 Minutes in Hell. And I read that book, and I said, no, sir, don't want to have nothing to do with that. Because the man described it basically in the book, and you can get the book. He said he asked God to give him a glimpse of hell, and God did. But this is what he said that has kind of stuck in my mind since reading that book, is the fact that he said the worst thing about the experience. Now, the experience was just horrific. I mean, he talked about a deep, dark tunnel and these little kind of creatures that were all over the walls, and of course, the fires and the stench and the heat. But he said the thing that was the hardest was being separated from God, being out of the presence of God. You see, we Christians, we take this for granted way too often. We are living in the church age. We are living in the age of grace. We are living in the days of the presence of the Holy Spirit alive in the church 24/7. We can pray at the drop of a hat. We can call out to God, and God responds. I mean, we are living in such a privileged day, oftentimes just oblivious to the whole thing. But think about it. Even for the unbeliever, to be out of the presence of God. And the man said that was the hardest thing. He said that was the thing he just could not endure. And I'm going to tell you something. I do not want to be out of the presence of God. This is Pastor Jack King with the gospel on the radio broadcast.